So what we did here is we think we improved upon regular vibrato. Regular vibrato on a vibraphone, as you know, are discs that turn in the tube. Number one, they're noisy. Don't know why, that can't be engineered better, but they're just noisy. After the instrument gets banged around a little bit, they start making noise. If you're a vibe, how many people here are vibes players? You know they get noisy. The other thing is that when they're totally open, supposedly open, they're not really open, the tubes, because you've got this contraption blocking the resonator, and you've got cutouts on the sides of all the tubes, so they're not really perfect resonators, even when they're open. And when they're closed, they're not really closed. They're about 85% closed, but there's a big gap around that disc. And they make the same exact sound every revolution. They go wah, 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 and you can't change that. You can own the instrument for 30 years, and it's still going to go wah, 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 wah. We wanted to control the amount of the wah, wah, so that it could either go wah, 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 just a little bit of wah, 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 or wah, 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 wah. So this new plate technology, it's a flat plate technology. So a plate goes over the tube and then backs off. So you can go, if I can pantomime up here, you can go like this and have it barely discernible that there's vibrato going on, or you can go like that, a third of the way, or halfway, or fully. And so it's wow, 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 and this is barely audible. Of course, it's speed controllable. It's on a motor, so you can turn it up, slow it down, speed it up. Now, the adjustment of how much it covers, there's a quick and dirty way. Quick and dirty way is you just adjust these wings. These wings that are on this instrument they'll come off like this for packing. And it's just a high-tech fiber board. It's extremely light. It's you know, like perfect model airplane stuff. But you can just adjust these forward or back a little bit to get more or less depth on the vibrato effect. Or there's another way to do it you can go in there and adjust a little gizmo to give it more or less distance. Another big problem in vibe technology is dampening. A lot of you who have a vibraphone, if you're a band director, you've got a vibraphone, you're playing on it and you dampen and the bottom notes are still ringing. How do you adjust it? Or the top notes ring and the bottom notes dampen. Or the middle of the instrument doesn't dampen. One of the reasons is because after years of use, most vibes pull on that damper bar. And although it's a pretty strong material, after years the thing starts to go like this and it bends in the middle and it doesn't dampen in the center anymore. We've solved that in a different way on the Love Vibe and on this instrument. We have a bar below the damper bar that's attached out here right next to the springs, and we're pulling on that bar. There's virtually no stress on the damper bar at all because it's dissipated over the length of the bar and right next to the springs. So you're never going to get that. Next thing is, that damper bar itself is adjustable this way, this way, and that way. Why would you want that? Well, sometimes you have a vibe where the sharps dampen and the naturals don't. What do? You call your dealer where you bought it, and the dealer can't help you because there really isn't anything that you can do on most vibraphones. On this vibraphone, or the Love Vibe, you've got 2 screws here and 2 screws here and a little Allen key that come with it. And you can loosen one and tighten the other, and you can tilt the bar. Or you could tilt it this way or this way. So if you're a real fanatic the way I am, I don't know whether you use it, but I'm a fanatic for this kind of stuff.
We talked about it.
Yeah. And give me the opportunity, I'll adjust all day long and not play my scales. But the point is that you don't have to touch it, but if you have a problem and you want to fix it, you can move that damper bar all over the place. On the Love Vibe, you have another thing. In all 4 quadrants, you can take the actual harp, and the harp floats, and you can move that as well. This instrument doesn't have it because it has folding legs. Now, next thing on the dampening. Most instruments dampen very efficiently with felt right next to the end of the bar where it's vibrating most violently, so it dampens very quickly and abruptly. And as you probably know, it also buzzes. If you let the pedal up abruptly, you can get a sound at the end of the note. We have a patented, incidentally, pretty much everything I'm telling you about here is a Malletech patent, but we have something called progressive dampening. What we've done is we've curved the damper material up like this. And the reason we do that is it dampens the bar the same way I would if I were going to dampen a bar. Give me one mallet here. If I was going to play a bar, and then I want to dampen that with my hand, I would grab it close to the node so I don't buzz. I'd grab it in here and I'd sort of go like this underneath. If I grab it right on the end, buzz? I don't know if you can hear the buzz out. My fingers are buzzing. Right there, my fingers. Probably can't hear that. Can you hear that real high pitch? Well, so what we do is we have a soft gel pad. It's curved up like this. It grabs first on the closer to the node and then rolls up like this. What that means is you can feather, and you can probably demonstrate this later much better, but you can feather dampen in a way that you just can't on any other instrument. I'm just going to come up slowly with the pedal. Every note that I play, I'm going to come up with the pedal a little bit more, maybe 20 in a row. Just, I don't know, play C major chord here. Okay, that's free and open, right? Now I'm going to come up until it starts to dampen. Okay, now it's starting to dampen. Up a little more, up a little more, up a little more. More, I'm still coming, each time a millimeter or so. Still coming up, still coming up. Still. All those levels are available, and it didn't buzz once. What that translates in, if you play vibes, which I don't, he does things where he takes notes out like just like the tip of a bow, and it's because of that progressive dampening. Last point I'll make is on the motor. You can shut it off wherever you want. Now Ed had it. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Okay, so now I can shut it off fully open. So now it's open. But I could also shut it off if I turn it on here. I could shut it off closed. Why would I want to do that? Because the last chord I might want to go forever and ever and ever and ever by having the resonators tuned a little flat, by having the covers over the tubes. And look how long they're going. Or if I did it open, that same chord. Sorry, I turned it on, but I didn't shut it off. There it is. It's now fatter, but much shorter. So you can adjust that with just 30 seconds of practice. You can shut the shutters off in any position. So all the way open, closed, halfway, whatever you want. It's sort of an obscure feature of the instrument, but I think it shows the kind of thought that we've put into making the instrument a real professional vibraphone that is always going to work for you in all circumstances, in all musical settings, be it classical or jazz.